Hello, welcome to St George's Daily Doughnut. I am Beth, and today we're going to be looking at a little bit of a time of exile, and this is in Jeremiah. We're going to have a look at Jeremiah 27 to 29, but first I'd like to start off by reading a very well-known verse, and we're then going to go back and look at some of the context of this. So Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Now, to fully understand the real depth of this, it's great to go back to even just two chapters, to chapters 27 and 28. Chapter 27, Jeremiah prophesies to the Israelites before they're taken captive that they'll be serving a king, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, a foreign land, and that they will serve his son and his grandson, and that everything will be under their control. And in the next chapter, so chapter 28, a false prophet named Hananiah tells God's people that actually in 2 years everything will be restored to them, they'll be freed, but it's lies, it's not the truth. He's challenged by Jeremiah. And then in chapter 29, Jeremiah tells people that actually they should live in exile. They should work, they should marry, they should plant, they should eat, they should multiply. And then, remembering that Hananiah said 2 years, then Jeremiah tells them that it will be 70 years and then they'll be brought home again. So there's no mention there of things being restored. They're told 70 years. This must have looked completely different to what they hoped for. It must have been really hard to know that God had plans for good when actually to them it was 70 years. It was a long time being exiled in a foreign land, especially after they just had news of it being 2 years. I'm struggling during this time with not knowing when things are going to happen, when things are going to be eased, when I can see people, but I'm really trying to focus on that long term and not worry about my anxieties and my doubts in the short term. And that's hard. Maybe just have a think actually. Where is your mind at the moment? Are you thinking and craving things in the short term rather than putting trust and hope in that long term, which, as we've seen in this passage, can be really tough? So that's my prayer for you, that we'll change our hope-so attitudes into hoping that things might be okay and put it into a no-so, that we know we can have hope in God. We know his plans are for good and that we know there is a future and a hope there. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.